What's up, guys? Tommy here. Little late on the content, but we're gonna get it done. It is like 12:30, the day of the play-in round, the first best of three section of Water Invitational. Look out for that content after this video, or maybe you came to this video after seeing that content, because it's gonna be like maybe 20 minutes, and this one's gonna be 2 fucking hours, like it always is. This I have a couple of things. This game, or this series of games, there should be 9 games to watch. There's only 3 because there's 3 FFs. And before we get started, just a moment of silence for the Fallen Brothers. They lived up to their namesake. Cancun on 3. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the game. The first game I'm going to show you, I do not have the VOD for, so I'm going to be using the cast version of it. Maybe we could have been listening to the dulcet tones of Darter and Feldy, but let's just say we didn't, shall we? Let's make sure this isn't the source. Very nice. Here we have the FCP versus, I believe this is the Tide Callers. Very interesting matchup, pretty evenly matched top laners. Jungle should be in favor of Arcana. Jacob with a heavy discrepancy elo-wise in mid lane. And then bot lane, I think, is pretty evenly matched, right? Where KTL is a little bit behind Water in elo. Oral makes up for that against Smythe. So I think this is a pretty even-looking matchup. A couple of champions I'm just really curious about here, because I just don't see them. And I'm going to say this about them in the grander scheme of things when we look at the tournament as a whole and going forward, right, is why is Arcana just hard stuck on these tanks? Arcana is a carry player through and through, from what I can tell and what I've been told, and so I'm just really confused on why he's been kind of jailed on these champions so far this tournament, because it just seems counterintuitive to be having one of your better players like just be elo held like this. Or not elo held, but just like matchup held. Like, I understand the Malphite is strong in the patch, but like Malphite also kind of demands a Silas ban, especially against this team, right? Because of Jacob's proficiency on the champion, right? So I just don't know why we're forcing something like this. Is a very nice root collar, not root collar, tangle barbs on to Water, forces out both his sums, but does get 2 summoners from the opposing bot lane. And maybe we can skip ahead here. I don't remember. I remember watching this game at work. Oh no, wait, I was at home for this. I did get to watch this live, and so I guess I could have like co-streamed the game. That would have been funny, you know. Co-stream Water Invitational. Is that even allowed? Do I need co-streamer rights for that, Oral? As we see, lots and lots of trading. This top lane is just like a point of impact. It's Dogbrain's best champion. And I say that as he gets a solo kill. I promise that wasn't intentional. As the Between Worlds comes through, Jacob flashes, is able to get the shockwave onto Star, but does trade 1 for 1. But it's a solo kill for Jacob, as you kind of expect out of him. Oral gets brought down really low. Smythe does not feel like committing the flash to try and find lethal there, despite them not having heal. And Rect is here on his patented Zac, is going to slingshot in here, is going to get, with the flash, both people connected. Arcana's here waiting in the wings in case they try to overchase on Smythe, and they're not going to yet. But Flash Ultimate, Unstoppable Force from Arcana gets himself a double kill, and the Malphite has money. But my problem is this game is I just don't think it matters. There's so much magic damage on the other side, right? What is a full item here actually going to end up doing? Right, it's 3 ranged champions. I really don't see the value in completing the Sunfire Cape as a jungler. I think you can sit on bombies, but outside of that, I think it's kind of an overplay. But Rect here with on cast it was discussed as a very bad like look from Rect and just like really bad pathing because he has his entire top quadrant to go. But I kind of disagree with it as a whole. I think it's completely fine if you're anticipating this, right? If you had the knowledge of this, I don't know who called it, whether it was Oral or Jacob or whoever it is, obviously. But I think it's a completely good look. It comes from an unexpected angle. That is the strength of the Zac, right? He's one of these few champions that if you call mid lane like attackable from 6 angles, right? There's very few champions, right? Shaco being one of the only other ones where you can really come from any angle and like make a gank happen from it. And so while yes, I would personally have never gone for that because I would have been farming my camps because I like hitting camps, right? I think it was a completely justifiable play if they had the information or they had the anticipation to see that, to foresee that sequence actually occurring, and that basically ends the game right here. I'll be completely honest. That play does that, right? Dogbrain getting his licks back on instrument here in top lane, right? Building towards that Dusk and Dawn as Rect gets involved here in the top lane as well as he goes mini Gnar, no bounce to get away. And so it's a gank, a successful gank. Water goes in here on Oral, does pick it up. And I do remember this. Keep your eyes on the Malphite there. KTL running down Smize here, throws the Slurkle, loses vision, and here comes the Malphite from the brush, blows his barrier, even though he was never going to get an auto range again. Unfortunate for KTL, but a very nice play from Arcana. But does have to use ulti, and very nice buffer on the jump between Jacob and Rect. The synergy between these two has been very, very good all tournament long, right? I don't think Rect is necessarily a Nocturne player, but I would love to see it in action because Jacob's Orianna is really just that good. I have a lot of faith in him piloting it. I think Jacob has been stellar basically all tournament long. I think him and KTL have been the number one carry duo, and that's like partially represented by their record, right? Being the number one seed, going undefeated, which is kind of a spoiler for the last game we're going to watch, which was an absolute fiesta. But yeah, honest to God, that mid play from Rect kind of ends the game as Dogbrand does die to that gank because he doesn't get the Q away. Arcana has been very, very impactful, but it just like, unless you're hitting Yunara and Orianna with a singular unstoppable force, I just don't see, like, I understand Malphite is this really, really strong champion, right? But also it's PTA, right? It like increases your 1v1 dueling potential. Like, I think Malphite's good, but I don't know if it's good this game. Like, I don't know what it does. He needs to buy Merc Treads. Like, not buy Merc Treads versus Nico, Zoe, Nico, Ori, Zac, Sejuani needs to be investigated from Arcana. I'll be completely honest. I understand that your champion scales with armor. It doesn't mean Mercury Treads aren't just automatically a better boot in some games, because it is. And I believe there it was set on cast the instrument was trying to flash the ultimate, which I think is a completely justifiable thing. In all honesty, to assume. But Star now is 2 levels down. Dogbrain, despite getting a decent bit of attention himself, from both junglers, is really, really struggling. Arcana does end up stealing this dragon. I forgot about that. It's only like a 1,800 gold lead, and like you'd think that's not that big a deal, and it's pretty comebackable. But you have to also remember like the hidden gold leads that you can't see, right, in levels. And you're like, oh, Thomas, there's 2 people in each one, like that have on each team that have a level lead, and I'm like, it's more than a level. You just can't see it, right? We don't get to see the XP bars like we do on the pro stage, right? A couple of these players are like a level and a half up, a level like a decent chunk or up, almost 2 levels. A Star is just gonna get absolutely murked behind this tower here by Dogbrain. They pick up 1 kill, they pick up the second. Smize lives. They do end up getting Rex cell division, but like it doesn't matter, right? They lose everything. Wrecked. Nice sidestep on the Grand Entrance, and he just gets to walk away here because the unstoppable force is not up yet. The Slurkle gets him away. Nico does trade his life. It's a solo kill for instrument, but it doesn't really matter. Wrecked is also going to forfeit his life here. KTL getting a little frisky. Jacob walking down. The carry duo. Instrument walking into the enemy team jungle. And oh, the nice movement. I remembered this now. Jake with a nasty. I mean, we can call it a nasty sidestep. We can call it a unfathomableness from Arcana. But I'd rather give props than Flame. So I'm gonna give that one to Jacob. Personally, let's spread a little bit more positivity in the world. All right, and now we're just kind of waiting for this next big team fight to start, and it just happens way quicker than you think it would. Oral and Rect start this off together. Arcana gets a 2-man shockwave onto somebody, but there just isn't enough follow-up. It's just water. This Kaisa is only one and a half items. I don't even know if she has an evolve at this point. Maybe she has Q evolve. She's level 9 or she's level 10 probably. Maybe she's level 11, so she has Q evolve, but I don't think I think it's really, really close. What is it 100? It's like 35 or something on Kraken, 25. Yeah, there's no way. Maybe she has Q evolve. I haven't played Kaisa in a while. Don't remember the thresholds like that anymore. I'm washed up. I'm unk. Oh God! Y'all, I hope y'all are like enjoying life, loving life, live, laugh, love. You know. Hope y'all are happy. Cause work sucks. Let's be so for real right now. Work sucks. And I hope everybody finds happiness, and I hope that I bring happiness from this content, as we are going to see a nice engage from the duo of Rect and Oral. Gonna only get one right off the hop. It is Star. Water is going to fall swiftly after. Dogbrain looking to dive, but the teammates are saying, let's just take some objectives, take some towers, take some dragons. And I think we can kind of zoom through this for the rest of the game now. Let us see. Arcana getting a little bit frisky here, is forced to use the Unstoppable Force. Is forced unstoppably, some would say. Jacob in mid lane, playing with a little bit of fire here, but how much fire is it? Can't really ever be 1v2'd. So it's going to be 2vx because ball. We all love balls here. We all love balls. Say it with me, class. We love balls. We love balls. We love balls. I'm kidding. Oh, we are going to go in here. Okay, Dale is going to get absolutely one shot, but Jacob and Rect here on the back half are going to be able to pick up at least water here. Oral with a nice Tangle Barbs is going to get a third kill here for Jacob. Rect does yank the possible pentakill. I don't think it was ever really going to happen because I don't know how they kill Instrument. But you never know, right? Dogbrain wasn't even there. Your Honor, you wasn't even there. Dogbrain fails flash. Yep, 800 gold shut down into the Nars pockets. Instrument really not having the impact on this game that you would really want to see out of an R, right? Is always to fight Slate, isn't necessarily Mega Gnar on time, right? This Gnar, the champion is very, very complicated, and is, even if you're really, really good at it, Gnar demands a really high level of coordination that you do not see out of other champions, right? Gnar requires teams to communicate. Yes, here I'm almost at my Gnar bar, right? Some of my favorite content I've ever seen is TSM TSM set shit TSM says. I know people hate TSM, but like whatever, who cares? This is a very interesting fight. They kind of just send it and throw the kitchen sink at them because they kind of need to at this point. Because this game is effectively over. But they constantly talk about Naba, right? Making sure that Naba is okay. Do they try and end here? No, they don't. That's why this game goes on forever, because they int, don't they? I forget. Do they int? Instrument and the side. Just walk down. Thought he had to catch out on Jacob. Oh shit. Arcana just going to flash Modified Alt. Does hit both of the carries. Jacob is instantly deleted, so now it's up to KTL. KTL getting soloed in the backside of this fight. Wrecked and Pepperoni 1v3 here and is absolutely winning. KTL is able to kite at the Malphite. The Elastic Slingshot forward is going to be able to pick up water. And again, Instrument just clearing minions in the base. Wrecked is going to not even go down to the Cell Division. Dogbrain here is going to pop the Goodnight onto Smize. Star autoing down, needs to try to find some window here, but needs to be worried about getting absolutely just one shot, and she does. The Bandle Pipes immediately proccing on top of the Dusk and Dawn, giving her Dogbrain and Wrecked the attack speed required and the CC so that she cannot move. I don't think she really got to cast any spell there, unfortunately for her. And I think this is the last hurrah here. Oh no, it's not. It's a hurrah, because they do end up getting KTL. They do end up getting Oral. Wrecked and Dogbrain are here. The Oriana goes down. Dogbrain does his best to pick up one kill on the back end of this fight. Breaks his stopwatch. It is almost completed. Less than 400 gold to go on it. And this game continues needlessly. Instrument is going to be out of Mega now. It's going to be on cooldown for 10 or so seconds. We'll need to start working that Narbar up again. Can use the bottom mini wave if he wants, but it's just posturing. Is going to be auto the dragon. It's about 50% now, or with a very nice pop blossom onto the entire enemy team. Dogbrain and Wrecked are just going berserk on their back line, and the other team just doesn't have damage or follow-up to really make it true. Star is read like a book by Wrecked on that as she tries to hop away, and that is going to be the game for the FCP. And at this point, this would have gotten them to 5-0, I believe, which permanently locked them into first place here. I don't think after this win they could fall below, because the next best every other team had at least 2 losses by this point. So that's that, and I'm gonna get the next game set up in the back end. I'm just trying to remember what game matters most after, or what other games happened in this time frame. What was the second game in this? Had a Nami in it? I played in that. No. Nami? Is it this one? Okay, so this is the other game that was streamed that day. Gotta turn off my Vanguard. Yay! Oh my. That'd be funny if you guys can hear that. Yeah, the program I used to do this turns off my Vanguard, so I have to restart my computer after I do these. Which I should do on a day-to-day basis, but I don't, because I forgot that it's a new patch, because I did this so slowly, because it took forever for people to get me the forwards. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch all the games on the stream. Oh man, what a disaster. I'm sorry, guys. I've been just very busy this week. So we're going to go through each game individually through the cast, and then I'll break down the other 2 that were not on stream because I cannot replay them anymore. They were sort of inconsequential games, I think. No, because that game got streamed. We'll get to it. Anyways, we're going to go back. And let's get in here into Stroh's E-Kittens, or E-Daters, sorry, versus Wizards of the Coast. And now that I am looking at the champions selected here, I am now unfortunately recalling some of the horrible things I had to endure watching this game. Mechanically speaking, not a tremendously strong game here, as Kanari and Panda walking up here. we're seeing like the 30th Prey Rumble game. For my sake, I hope I get to see Prey play literally anything else in the upcoming games. I mean, hopefully we do. There's like a chance, but is like a half decent chance that we actually only see 2 champions out of Prey if they get 0-2'd, or if they 2-0 in their upcoming matchup in the play-in stage of the knockouts. As Port and Slayer do begin to take control of this lane, as I would believe expect to. Stro on one of the Demon Hellspawn of the patch in Rumble, in Gwen, right? One of the best abusers of Dusk and Dawn, right? Besides Diana and Echo. Indigo playing the Jace mid and is taking the 1v1 crown from Hoovy, right? Just solo kills him. Stro here to collect the minion wave. Indigo maybe getting a little bit of saucy here, is going to be able to use the acceleration gate to get himself away as Stro just to make sure the wave does not go underneath the tower. And I think the elephant in the room this game is you're seeing a champion that you probably don't see in a role very often, and that champion would be Ignite Xin Zhao top. This is a Sky Switch special recently. It's been quite a lot of this. Has been really liking kind of the stat check nature of Xin Zhao. In the top lane, does really well. Has pretty good matchups, nice sustain. I can't believe I literally would have just jumped out of the bush and killed that guy so fast. It's not even funny. And then the other one is Feldy Morgana Jungle. It's not that Morgana Jungle is bad, as Hoovy takes his solo kill crown back from Indigo. Yoinks that. Yoinky splinky. They picked Morgana Jungle like really early this game, and then they locked Nico Rumble with it, and so Murktread's value is through the roof. It left me scratching my head just a little bit, as there's a very nice chunk of damage onto Punda there from this Caitlyn. Slayer movement is not great. Slayer mechanics on occasion are pretty good. Astro is going to skip and slash forward here towards Feldy. Slayer is not going to be able to keep himself inside the auto attack range. Panda. Oh my lord. This game was horrendous to watch. There's just so much. And it's like, it's not even bad mechanics from like the good players. It's bad mechanics from, okay, I was gonna just outright flame basically like half the tournament. It was like not amazing mechanics from like the lower tier players of the tournament, shall we call it. Right, I'm not saying I am God or anything, because that's not true, and we'll get to watch it later, how I'm, in fact, not God. Because, spoiler alert, if you didn't watch the literal game of the season, that meant literally absolutely nothing. I played Water Invitational. Yippee! As Kanari is going to take a 90 caliber net right to the dome. This game is pretty boring. I'm not going to talk about Hoovy missing or an ulti, because I'm pretty sure he does it again. And we are going to see Kanari and Slayer go both really low. The support's literally completely untouched there. But one of these characters has fleet footwork, the other one, and an Ami. The other one has no fleet footwork and an eco. Slayer walks up just to get... I have nothing to say. Oh my god. It like is painful to think about. Hope you guys wish Slayer happy birthday. Congrats to the Indiana Hoosier student. Congrats to the Indiana Hoosier football team for beating the Miami Hurricanes. Sorry, Zach. Um, yeah. Okay, let's get that. Okay, guys, mental refresh, right? Everything's about looking at everything in a good light. Okay, like we're enjoying life today, right? And we're not going to be angry about other people playing League of Legends in a tournament that doesn't matter at all for nothing, right? Except oral Christmas money that was suspect, right? Oh, Prey just barely not catching the interrupt on Stroh's recall. So we do see a Morgana pushing these two under tower. They're just going to run at him. Slayer is going to get rooted out, and Punda is going to die. You know, I guess cleanse doesn't matter. Kappa. Kanari is going to pop. Ultimate is not going to be able to do it. Stroh is getting all the movement speed in the world, is going to be able to get a lot of damage down. Indigo is going to knock Stroh into tower range. It's just Porter and Hoovy now. Punda with the teleport back. It's teleport support. Oh my god. That couldn't have been intentional from Punda. It can't be. I refuse to believe even if it was. As Hoovy is quietly farming himself up a nice game. He's only down 10 farm in what can only be assumed is not a, like English is a difficult language. A mechanical disparity and as well as like a champion lane disparity. As Panda nimbly dodges the Aqua Prison as a minion. Porta with a nice sidestep on the Tangle Barbs. And this is the the infamous emote incident. Punda learned today that if you are Nico and you are a minion and you emote, it still shows the emote. So it identifies you as a minion as Nico. So to all our friends who are playing Nico, do not emote as a minion, as Hoovy is going to Searing Charge forward and take no damage despite landing nothing and Indigo hitting basically everything. The Slayer gets a nice little combo there. I'm gonna a little bit of fun. Oh my god. Oh yeah, Sky 1v2s this. Hold on. Watch this. Big ups my boy. Picks that up with the Crescent Guard. Feldy in melee range. Misses the Dark Binding. Walks up again because he thinks he got that gas. Sky just waiting for another Winds Becomes Lightning. Flashes forward. Bada bing, bada boom. My god. That was low-key alpha as fuck from Slayer. Oh, but that wasn't. As Stroke Ghost in an Indigo Call, the Forge God recast does hit Hoovy on a killing spree. Bang. Might as well have been solo kill. Thoughts, guys? Good shit, Hoovy. As Caitlyn takes the first tower of the game, unsurprisingly. Dark Binding is going to hit on Porta. As Panda is going to go all in onto Porta. Shock Blast is going to connect. And the Protobelt auto attack is going to be enough to take down the Nico. The Dark Binding lands onto Slayer. And Indigo will take that dinner served up on a silver platter. That is a clone, Sky. I appreciate the hustle, though. Oh, dude, why do I do this and shit just automatically happens? Stro is going to get a little bit saucy here in the mid lane. Is going to drive the Herald in and is going to die. Gets caught up by too much CC. Pundit does have to flash away, so I don't know. Plates for flash and kill gold. Oh my god, Slayer mechanics. Trapping Narnia, but it don't matter. Recast of the ultimate does not kill. They thought he was a lot lower than he was. I've just realized that I'm like leaning all the way off screen and Narnia myself. So like I'm just yapping and you guys can like not even see my face. Like what's the point of a face? I just caught my hand. Guys, I'm a mess. Like, they need to lock me the fuck up because I'm so mental gapped day in, day out. Yep, chat. As we are going to see Wizards of the Coast start this dragon on spawn. Hoovy with the flank. What's he gonna do? Ram flank. Ram flank and ram ranch. No rams were ranched. That's for damn sure. Yeah, of course that's the one time I like fast forward and there's no fight. Oh. This guy's underneath the tower. He audacious charges away, flashes out, does not get locked up by Feldy. Stro is just going to use the second or third cast of the needlework. He is ghosted, no longer is just going to try to maneuver himself around here, is going to get a second cast of the Hallowed Mist, and it does not net him any success. But he does not even get Slayer away. I didn't realize he died to Zaya. Unfortunate. The Zaya is 5-1, but I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like legit like 1600 gold up on Slayer. He's a BF sword and a bow up in gold. Like you look at those items and you're like, is he really? I'm like, he is, because you can see the you can literally see the items I just said in his inventory. But like, doesn't feel like it. It's also just like Champion Zaya doesn't like playing against, right? Caitlyn outranges her, Gwen just jumping on her face, right? And like being able to stay there, and like you have to stay on top of the Gwen to like actually do anything. Kanari doesn't feel like blocking the Caitlyn ult for his Morgana. So Feldy dies. Sky is just going to start to all in here on to Prey as the plate rubble cashes out for him, and Sex can just start hitting the Baron. Porta flashes away from the blooming blows. Guys, why are we not fist pumping my boy El Canari here? Bro just wants a fist bump. Stro on the side, waiting for a little bit of engagement, is going to use the Hallowed Mist, has the third cast of the Needlework, is going to use it to absolutely eviscerate Prey on the backside of this fight. Feldy is going to go down to the joint work of the E-Dater. Stro is going to run it Indigo at Mach 10. Stro is now weirdly low, is going to get hit by the Shock Blast. Sky is here to save the day, and Stro does pick up the kill to cap off a quadra kill in the end, as they get a Bud Light Ace and a mid-tier 3. Bud Light is nasty. Why would anybody ever want a Bud Light Ace? Hoovy on top of El Canari does not get the Searing Charge. Is going to be able to recast the ultimate, is going to get dodged. The Root Collar is going to come back. Is it? I wish I could look, because in my head Root Collar is what the name of Zaya's E is, as Sky is just going to dash on to Prey and pick up a solo kill on the side. That is a Nico. Sky, he's just going to knock him up. Knock him up as he gets knocked down. I was almost gonna, no, that's wild. That shit, we get you know, when sometimes there's like intrusive thoughts, and then there's like over intrusive thoughts, and you do filter the over intrusive thoughts. That's good. DM me if you want to know what I was gonna say. I'll forget, but you know, y'all deserve to know. That's all I'm saying. Panda going for a little stroll through the jungle. Praise that again. We're not even gonna go back. Sky's dead. Feldy is one shot. He walked into a trap, I think. Hex Optics, baby. Punda is gonna get away. Barrier is gonna get used. Equalizer comes down over top. Onto this very low magic resistance Hoovy. Stro is just going to skip and slash forward here. Prison is not timed correctly, but they will open up a window for them to get this mid lane inhibitor. This Ornn unironically looks completely unkillable this game for some reason, despite having basically, like, I guess it is two magic resist items between Kanik and, or not Kanik, Hollowed Radiance. So we have the Hollowed Radiance this game. We also have the Hallowed Mist. Very nice game, Riot. Very cool. God, casting this game professionally must suck. There's so many words that are just like the same. Like, too many plant champions. Just gotta say root too many times. Like, Zai's not even like a plant champion. She's a bird. And I still gotta say stuff related to roots. And Spuds. Shout out Frozen Spuds. Rest in peace, Cancun on 3. As we do see the bot lane of Esex just go down immediately, Stro is able to turn one around. Hoovy is going to get burned down over time, but Sky just absolutely eviscerates El Canary on this. GA in tow, Ma there, upgraded Titanic, and for fun, an LDR. I didn't get to ask him about this because I'm very curious. Lou Kizzle. Oh. He is just one shot. He is level 20. Chat, is that OP? Chat? Chat. Okay. Bing chilling. As we are going to see the Baron finished very, very swiftly. Feldy running away for his damn life. Hallowed Mist. Punda's going to get run down. The needlework is enough. Stro is going to get rooted up, stunned up, dead. Sky getting a little maybe too big for his britches. Porta is going to get worked down to about half HP. He's going to pop his own heal. Searing charge forward. Brittle on Feldy. Anything will do. Slayer with a very nice little mechanics. Kind of like that Ezreal cancel on his ulti. Sky with the auto attack reset is going to be able to lock up El Canary very, very swiftly. Porta is going to use the tidal wave to pick up another kill. Sky is going to walk somebody down. Audacious charge forward and Syrian charge forward. We charge in. Call him San Diego. Sky is going to do his absolute best to try to pick up one kill on the backside, and I think one spell more would have been able to do it. A little bit of a toss from the E-Daters, but I don't think it's going to end up mattering the Mountain Soul for Hoovy in this current game state. And they are just going to be able to walk this down through the top lane. Stro going to run at the enemy players at Mach 10. The Hallowed Mist down. 15 kills for him. Kind of a sloppy game. A lot of not amazing mechanics across the board. The team letting everybody die except Sky diving the tower. And that is going to be a win for the E-Daters. And the E-Daters, who were the consensus number 5, maybe 6 team overall, are now in prime position for second place in the tournament. At this point, I think they were 3-2 because I think they had one more game remaining. Sorry, 345 views. Are we big time here? at the Water Invitational on this Oral VOD. Gee Willy. Very cool. I casted this game. I remember now. This is a game between Herberus and Herberus and Wizards of the Coast. So we're going to watch our second straight Wizards of the Coast game. In this game, it was 10 Enchanter bands, or vaguely Enchanter bands. It was intended so that everybody got their like one tricks, because everybody was talking to the playoffs because of Cancun on threes forfeits. So this game didn't actually mean all that much. However, what it did mean, what this game signified, it didn't actually mean anything for these teams, but it did mean something for the teams above them, I believe. I do believe an Herberus win locked Sunbear Squad as the third seed, I believe. I think is what it was. Or Sunbear Squad is the fourth. Like, this game, if Herberus wins, locks up the standings and no other games matter, is, I believe, what it was. And we're going to see a couple of interesting things here in this game. Right, so we're going to finally see the debut of Zenobia Talon. We're going to see Kaz Tristana, which we've seen a couple of times. We're going to see a substitute player, Yellow Auras, Annie support, which is something that has come in and out of fashion over recent times. We are going to see Punda Pike. We are going to see Mac Varus for the 80th time. Nice flash follow from both Pike, from both Punda and Kaz, as Kaz is going to get the Buster Shot, or not the Buster Shot, the Rocket Jump on top of Mac's face, but it is not enough DPS as Mac picks up a double kill. I promise this is not a me thing. This is a darter cropping thing during the stream. It does get fixed at some point, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my lord. Guys, I can't do shit. Like, I press advance and, like, people are dying. As Zen is here. Pike is also here, though. The wind, or the Pike Bone Skewer is not going to be enough to go through anybody. Ignite used onto Alouette to push them off of this. Feldy is going to dash forward, charm there, flash out to not fall to the tower. What is that? And I guess like the crazy one is Ivern Top, I guess. Gummy does dodge the... No, this is the Root Collar. Blade Collar! Oh my god, it's not Root Collar, it's Blade Collar. As Gumi tries to flash forward here with Feldy in the vicinity. He is very high HP. Is it going to be enough to live this gank? He is going to actually kite and auto his way out. As the Crescent Slash is going to hit on the Gumi. Zenobia is here. Canari does still have flash. Is going to get locked up by the Root Collar. Feldy does not need to expend the flash he doesn't have, because Zenobia also does not have that flash. But Zenobia is full HP. Feldy is not. And so Zenobia is going to have to try to walk this out. He sidesteps back and he's just going to get full comboed. He's going to get hit by every part of the damage. If he had not backstepped, there's a chance that he forces Zenobia to at least take a lot more damage and is not able to clear his camps. Mac is going to dash forward. The explosive charge is going to bring Pike down to very decently low HP. He's going to regenerate with that gray health about half whenever he elects to do so. I don't know when that will be. It'll fall off eventually, I think. Do I not know how Pike works? Intriguing. Alouette here, no level 6, no flash, is not going to be able to make anything happen here on her roam timer. Pretty sure there's a solo kill top here in a second. Yep. Call the Forge God here. The recast is going to miss. but it doesn't matter. 2 Brittle Procs is more than enough. Zenobia here on the backside of this is going to be able to do it. The Glacial Augment, slowing Max retreat just that little bit. Kaz going to get Bone Skewered underneath the tower. Is going to use his barrier to keep himself at a decently high amount of HP. Mid lane going tremendously in the favor of Indigo. Currently about 30 farm of Punda in the Ghost Water Dive. Buster Shot forward, or sorry, Explosive Charge. Rocket Jump forward. Kaz does pick up the kill and the shutdown onto Mac with the Buster Shot. Feldy and Zenobia getting a little bit frisky here. Red buff onto the Diana is going to force out the Shadow Assault. Guys, I'm so washed. I don't know anything about this game anymore. What is wrong with me? All this food fucking service knowledge in my head now. Like, it's so useless. What's more useful, guys? Food service knowledge or League of Legends? Let's be real. Let me know down in the comments that it's League of Legends, because that's true. It's verified by true and real American patriots. I understand I'm not American. Shut up. Okay. It's a meme. If you've never seen the meme, you're missing out. Cool. Oh, Zenovia's dead. Oh, just flash Bone Skewer. Oh, I need to stop. The death from below does not land. Yellow is going to go very, very low. Elkanari snipes the Annie down with an auto attack, and Indigo is able to dash to the minion wave to pick up the kill onto Alouette. 3 kills for none in favor of Wizards of the Coast, swinging the kill lead back in their favor and exploding the gold lead to 1.2k as Gumi is peacefully farming this top lane. Bang! Zenobia not able to get in range to steal that one away. Feldy is going to be forced to use Flash to get out of the pit because he had no friends, no bitches. Very cool. Alouette forced to use the Spirit Rush to get away from Yasuo. You have to imagine if the Ruin King game had some of the similar tendencies. Ahri running away from Yasuo. It's not. Ahri wanted Yasuo so bad, it's not even funny. But my King Liam O'Brien would never be tainted or deceived by fair maidens. Guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, honest to God, like, I'm just yapping. And clearly you guys like it because you guys keep coming back and watching 2-hour videos about a tournament that means nothing except for our friend group. And, like, that's insane. You know, like, this shit gas. And I love being part of it. We can all be crazy lunatics together, you know, like, it's lit. Why are they going to make Tristana Q an auto attack reset? That just feels like interesting, no? It just feels like it'd be intuitive to our kid instead of just like, it's not like a toggle, but like it kind of is. Like you just press it and it activates. It's not a, it's like you're overclocking your gun. Boomer, I think is its name, right? That's what Tristana's gun is called. It's Boomer. You know, Rumble's mech is called Tristy because he's infatuated with Tristana. And she don't give a damn. Because she's a strong, independent bandolier. And we are going to see a very nice combo here. We are going to be able to get Punda out with very low HP. Feldy is going to get felled by Zenobia. And the blades are going to follow Punda over this wall. Indigo is going to nimbly dodge the Tiber's summon and flash away. Indigo is going to take up a tower shot here. as Alouette teleports back into the middle lane. Is going to Spirit Rush forward to try to find some sort of lethal proxy electrocute, dashes back in forward one last time, and gets ignited and is felled. Kaz is here, has the increased armor pen here as well, but Kaz is going to just Buster Shot him away, ignore the wind wall, and pick up a shutdown here onto that Yasuo, pick up a nice chunk of gold for himself. As we are going to see Yellow start to walk up. Flash Tibbers forward, only down onto Punda. Zenobia is going to get forward there and steal a dragon. Feldy's one true weakness. Buster Shot, or Explosive Charge, is going to pick up a kill as well onto Feldy. And nothing else is going to come out of it. There were still 2 charges on the Spirit Rush on this RA, but was there enough DPS to get through kind of 3 full health bars? I'm not exactly sure, as Gumi and Kanari are kind of just sitting there having a little bit of fun. Maybe Gumi more so because HP bar is in fact not really moving all that fast. He was definitely disconnected, and he didn't really lose all that much HP, funnily enough. Indigo is going to be able to pick up the mid tower, and Gumi is going to summon the Forge God. There's a lot of summoning in this game. Summon Daisy, summon Tibbers, summon the Forge God. Zenobia is here to make an impact on to Kanari. Gumi is going to be able to knock out Feldy as he tries to intervene into this, but there is no Moonfall here. Is going to be forced to try to flash away. Indigo here on the chase. Doesn't feel like using the wind wall if it was up to block the comeback of the Rake. Yes, come back. Haha. Laugh. Laugh, chat. Chat. Start laughing. I need to see some Keck W's in the chat. Because I said, come on back. Wow. Wow. We're so funny. They need to legitimately need to lock me the fuck up. I'm cooked. Yeah, I need help. Real. Guys, Tamamu Cross drops today in Umusume. I'm about to go and broke for Brokey. So we can be broke together. Can I get an amen? Yellow on a ward is just going to walk up and drop Tibbers on Max Head with the Glacial Augment. Bandle Pipe's completed first for her. Yeah, let me be clear. Watching this game live, I was a little bit suspect of this Annie support. Because I love playing random shit support, let me be clear. I had no faith in it. And then, sometimes you just gotta believe, you know? Just like I'm gonna believe in Jared Studham this week, I'm gonna believe in this Annie pick. It will pay dividends. As Indigo is having a little bit of fun under the tower with Alouette. Very nice. I told you guys Darter would fix it. We got yelled at a lot in like the caster chat to fix it, so we did. And by we, I mean Darter, because I just sat there like a passenger princess. Because that's all I'm really good for, let's be clear. I like it that way. Alouette, Spirit Rushes away. I feel like I've said that sequence of words quite a few times, as Indigo is going to meet the Blades of Zenobia, is going to use the Wind Wall. The Wind Wall does time out, is going to be CC'd so that he cannot use the last breath. There is no breathing here in this scenario. I just thought about how horrible that sounded out loud. That was not intentional. Unlucky. We're just going to move past that. And hopefully nobody's listening. If you're listening, put an eagle emoji in chat. Or some. Kaz is going to just find an assassination. Wow! Tristana champion. Wow. And we're gonna see a very massive Tibbers summon here is going to put Veldy very, very low. Panda is going to be here waiting in the wings, is going to get the first charge of death and below. Surely yellow has to be the next target. It is. Kanari is going to be dashing away. The comeback of the Spirit Orb is not going to be enough to take down the Pike. He is going to alt ignite. Nice flash from Alouette to avoid the execution threshold. Alouette will escape with her life. Gumi is going to get into the dirt, into the Herald. Boom! Opa! Yay. Safety. Infernal Dragon has spawned. There's 25 kills in 18 minutes into this game. It was a Fiesta day. And we are going to watch the second Fiesta after this. That had almost 100 kills in it. Spoilers. Feldy is dead. Just nothing else to say. Last Breath is used to slay Zenobia. Searing Charge forward here from Gumi is going to get CC'd a couple of times. Yellow here with the Disintegrate is going to lock up a couple of the members of the team for a little bit, but the Chains of Corruption spread like a virus. Kanari going to flash forward, Root Collar, give the ability to get forward here, and Kaz just jumps forward. Explosive Charge here is not going to be enough, just barely the triumph from that first takedown onto Kaz, enough to keep him alive, alongside that red buff. It absolute just turbo fiesta. I think 9 people died there. Feldy and Zenobia both here at the Dragon Pit first. Junglers running to their objectives. Rake is not going to hit on the second half. More of a first half team. Yellow waiting by the blast cone for any more assistance, is going to drop the Tibbers on their head. Zenobia is going to get the dragon stolen. 800 HP. Zenobia is going to die to the hail of arrows. Indigo is going to take down Tibbers, is going to start to walk down Gumi, is going to get the Steel Tempest Q3 knock up, is going to knock up Daisy on the reverse end. Kaz here, free firing on the opposite side. He's going to get 1 kill on Devaris. Mac is down. Kanari with the explosive charge on top of him, also down. Steel Tempest going to knock Kaz up, but he's going to Buster Shot him away. Is there a world we can cut this out? No. As Kaz picks up the Void Crab and rocket jumps back to his mid lane. Kaz died to Pike. Okay, very cool. Zenobia, can he steal a third objective in a row? And he can. It's a Feldy disaster class. 3 straight objectives. Both Urber's Dragons and the Baron have been on. Zenobia steals. And at that point, you kind of just gotta call it. Just is Feldy in his own head? I mean, how many times have I said it? Smites being the bane of Feldy's existence, losing his team games, let alone series. Obviously, this game doesn't mean that much for them. They're both locked playoffs no matter what. But it's a matchup, right? That you got to be prepared to walk into here. Right? It's all about positioning for seeding, right? The positions weren't locked just yet. As Yellow is going to find Feldy with the Tibbers. Zenobia is going to go in and not trade his life. Kaz here free firing as much as he can. Gumi with a very nice recast of his ultimate. Buster Shot is going to knock Kaz away, but that Kaz is going to die to the very unfortunately placed Pike ultimate, the death from below. Gumi here standing alone 1v2 versus Indigo and Kanari is going to Bell's Breath forward, knock him up with a searing charge. Indigo is going to get a second kill, and that exchange, and it's just going to be 2 kills on top of what was already a very disastrous fight for Cerberus. Yellow gets 1 stun here on Indigo, but he does less damage to Indigo than he can heal up with a singular cast of his blade. Yellow, a little bit isolated, is not going to get caught out. Gumi with teleport available. Kanari with teleport available here for this fight. It is another objective take. Smite up for both junglers. Zenobia is going to get interrupted as he tries to vault over the wall. Alouette cannot steal it away. They played enough puppy guard to make sure that Zenobia could not get a chance to get in here. Zenobia is going to proc his own ult with the Change of Corruption. Are going to lock them up underneath into this tower. He is going to get just absolutely eviscerated. The Bone Skewer is going to hit. Kaz is going to kite. The Steel Tempest is going to hit him as well. He flashes away. Kaz is still alive. But jump forward. Gumi is here. The Explosive Charge is going to land. Do enough work. Kanari walking down. Alouette is going to do a little bit of BMing. Does miss the root collar. Pike here for the cleanup. 13 kills for Panda Pike. It's why you see this champion very infrequently in his hands, and I don't know why either Pike or Nico ever gets in his hands at this rate, to be completely honest. And you may be wondering how this game finishes. You gotta assume, yeah, Wizards of the Coast got this one in the bag. Well, my friends, you would actually be wrong, interestingly enough. As we are going to see another Baron started here for Wizards of the Coast. It's already down to 6,000. There's no one in the same continent area code. Alouette, it gets a nice charm here on the Canary. Chunks them about to 60% HP. Full AP on this champ as well. The Call of the Forge God is going to get blocked up by the wind wall. Yellow is going to flash over and like stun back on Feldy. Alouette is going to dash away. The Q flash from Indigo is going to be enough. Indigo dashes over the wall and is going to pick up a kill, but on the backside of this fight, there is just Zenobia running around having a very, very good time. There's 4 down on the side of the Wizards of the Coast. This Baron is only down onto 1 member now. It's now Gumi and Zenobia versus Indigo, and I think Indigo likes those odds currently. I think his shield bow is still up. He has a little bit of armor there to protect himself just that little bit from Zenobia. Zenobia is 4.5 full items. He is just going to jump forward here. The Rake is going to get Windwalled. Gumi is not going to get the knock up here. The Steel Tempest cast is going to go wide. And Gumi is going to pick up the shutdown. The shield tremendously reduced by the Serpent's Fang. And that is not an ace, technically, but it's a delayed ace in a way. As the Death Brush is being set up. Zenobia, I remember seeing this. Zenobia and Yellow, they like perfectly walk by so they do not see each other at any point. And it doesn't end up doing anything because they both like leave their places too soon for it to matter. I'm trying to remember. This is like it's a Mexican standoff and they don't even know it. Pike runs away into the mid lane. Canary is going to be able to get the trigger seat onto himself, and it does block the whole thing. Feldy does go forward completely on his own, is isolated from the rest of his team of his own volition. Alouette is going to get the first kill of this fight. Zenobia went onto the backline to make sure that there wasn't enough space to follow up on the Feldy engaged. He is now down. It is soul point. Alouette has 2 more uses, had 2 more uses of the Spirit Rush. Pike is going to be here, is going to channel the Bone Skewer, flash away. Would have been, if Pike wanted to actually be there, he would have needed to be in the charm range because it barely just did not hit. Kaz does not buffer the Chains of Corruptions very, very well. The Pike Ultimate is not going to be able to actually pull through the execution threshold. Kaz is going to bust a shot. Indigo away. There's already 2 down on the other side. Kaz is going to heal up off of Tibbers just that little bit. Or off of Daisy just that little bit. Alouette is going to be able to get the charm right nice and clean on top of Indigo's face. He cannot win while it is not enough reaction time. Zenobia is just going to be able to vault over walls, get away. There's now a 5v3 on the map. And Herber is slowly turning this game back around. The gold lead is only 1.5k. What can they get off of this? Very nice team fight from them on the backside of this as the gold lead, with every single one of these plates taken down, slowly gets closer and closer. The gold lead is down to about 4,000. Gumi is just going to go forward. Spirit Rush back up for Alouette. Gumi is going to channel the call of the Forge God. Is not going to be able to recast it. He's interrupted once again. I don't think that's really his fault. He's missed so many this game. Just so much interruption from the enemy team on this, right? And they are facing down the ability to end the game. Can they do it? Mac is going to chunk Gumi very, very low, but the anti-shield is going to be able to get a nice charm from Alouette. Is going to chunk very, very low. Zenobia is going to be able to get there in the backside of the fight and get there. The swords will fall into Feldy's back. He is 111-12. He has not had a great time this game. They just keep falling into the blender that is Herberus. Are we going to see their first non-FF win? And it does look like it's going to be the case. Herberus in like the one, I'll call it the one trick match, does stem the bleeding and does pick themselves up a win in Water Invitational Season 3 regular play. So we saw every team pull out a win. And so now, perhaps the match you guys have all been waiting for. And I've not been dreading, per se. But I haven't watched the cast back myself yet. And I really need to, because I need to see how much they're yapping about meat. Because, boy God, did I not have a great time this game. Well, I mean, I did. I had a great time. However, I couldn't do that much. Oh. I went too early. So, this game started off like an absolute fiesta. So, this game meant literally absolutely nothing. So, we knew they were going to troll pick, and so we also kind of like troll picked. And by we, I mean I'm here, as you can see, Aunties Lima playing Jarvan for the Sunbear squad. Newt was unavailable, so I subbed in. I was meant to cast this game, but I did not end up doing it. Albino got level 1 ganked mid by Twitch, as you would normally see from support Twitch. We do see a Silver Kale, so we got an OG in here. And as you can see on the minimap, hey, please observe. Wait, please look. Look. There is a new rolling, eh? Eh? And the new passive is going to go down to the Twitch. Colin is going to flash forward onto Oral to try to get the first blood kill, but the lethal tempo is stacked on this Twitch, and it is going to be a double kill for this Twitch. And I was like, this game is chopped. Already. There's a 2-0 Twitch in my game. I started my own red buff. My bad. And I went into Rex Bard's blue side. Albino playing Anivia, having a little bit of fun this game, as Ryan does a little bit of trading with a Kale underneath the tower. Albino picking Anivia specifically to stop Jacob from just rolling at him on cooldown, because he can wall. Ryan in a little bit of trouble here, does have the third stack of the Q ready to go, and is just going to be able to pick it up. The minion auto, ooh, is not going to find it. Dogbrain is very, very low. One more Q will give Ryan the ability to maybe to dive. The Soul Unbound is going to get everything he needs. Does trade 1-for-1 out of the tower, but Dogbrain is going to miss a very large portion of that wave from the tower, really stunting his XP growth. He is already down 10 farm. And they are invading my blue buff. And my bot lane tries to come in to save the day. They get locked up, stunned up. Oral is here. I see the stun hit. I go in onto Oral. Colin teleports away. KTL flashes over the wall, and there's a wall that I can't cross now. Colin is going to get rolled on. There's nothing I can do at this point. My blue buff got stolen, but I did steal his blue buff and his entire top quadrant. So, like, W me. But somehow I'm only up 1 whole farm. Chat, is this game stupid? Yeah, the answer is yes. Ryan getting a little bit frisky underneath the tower once again, as he gets a Q, a W, and an auto in onto Dogbrain under the tower for the price of a singular tower shot. And Oral and KTL sitting in the bush. Hook shot, wall dive forward onto Colin. He's already about 60% HP. He's already down below that, half of that now after the expungent here. Ryan is getting 3-man here on the top side, just rolling through. Is Jacob wrecked here with the portal to make things a little bit swifter? As we see, Sork Boots already completed for Jacob to run around the map. I'm here. Me auto, and I miss an EQ. Nice sidestep from Jacob. I suck too, though. He does have to flash, so, gank success. That was what we were trying to do, is blow his flash. I was not trying to kill him. That was not the end result goal. Shot, wall dive forward. The abyssal dive used as a way to maybe catch Oral off guard from being just a little too aggressive, as the tongue lash is going to catch KTL. He'll call in just that little bit. And the problem with this game is that I would love to just like straight up watch every second of this game, as here I am coming in behind, flash EQ. Here I do pick up the kill onto KTL, and I am able to, with the Demacian standard, just auto him. I missed the Q, but I auto him. Good job, me. As we are going to see Dogbrain get ulted in haunt here with the fate sealed. Ryan is going to get it down the Ascension? Something to do with Ascension. No, that's her passive. Divine Right, Divine Ascension, Divine... Guys, I'm not watching it, so I can't figure it out myself. I actually have to just guess. I don't know. I'm washed. As Ryan is going to not fate sealed, is just going to run underneath the tower. Yon is looking completely fair and balanced and not needing a complete game change ever. Is champs fair? Oh, it is fair. We'll watch later. But this game also, for context, it literally matters 0. There is neither team could change their standing, right? FCP was locked first place. Sunbear Squad, I think, they were locked either 3rd or 4th. I don't remember. I'd have to look at the standings. Alright, we are going to see another snowball roll through here. Colin, only level 4. Witty, only level 5, is going to be forced to flash. The rat-a-tat-tat is procced to put Colin and Witty in a very not great place. I'm here to try to save the day. I do not save the day, in fact. I run it down. Woody trying to do anything, and KTL has 5 kills at 7 minutes. It's amazing. Nothing wrong has ever happened. God, I wish I could stop watching this game here. Like, I really do. This game looks so cooked. Dude, Orl's a greedy, greedy kill stealer. There's 4 kills here. How many kills does Orl end up with in this game? It can't be that many. I swear to God, he gets none for the rest of the game. Oh, he has an 8-minute Bandle Pipes. How lovely. How fifthly does Woody's inventory look? Crit Cloak, Bandle, Scout Slingshot. I secure 2 grubs here on the top side of the map. And EQ away. Picking up the Feat of Strength that does not exist anymore for my team. Yep. KTL is going to open up with the ultimate yet again. Is going to get knocked up here by the Abyssal Dive. Is going to not get punished. Colin does not have the ultimate to eat him up. Very nice flash there from Dogbrain, but it isn't going to matter. He's going to fall well below half HP here. If the Q had hit, that would have been lethal damage. KTL is going to get dove underneath the tower, and he's going to pick up another 2 kills. I don't know what I'm doing. What is Burr doing? Ryan is going to go and try and seal the fate of Wrecked and Pepperoni. He is not going to be able to find lethal on him. But KTL goes from 5 kills to 7 as the dive goes awry in the bot lane. Wreck doesn't look like he's going to be able to clear Gromp. That's interesting. First item's already going to be completed across the board for multiple characters on FCP. Those including the Storm Surge, the Yuntal, Wild Arrows. And I'm the first person to complete an item on our team. That is a completed Profane Hydra. Because I was told I'm going lethality this game, and I said, yes, sir. All right, sir. Can I get you anything else, sir? They asked for something inappropriate. I cannot say. Is this on 50%? This is on 1. That's why it's so slow. Oh my god, I could have been done this already, bro. Solo kill in the top lane, once again. I'm here protecting my bot lane from imminent doom. Witty is going to get eaten. The Devour is going to be used to protect his AD carry. I am now here. Abyssal Dive goes forward. KTL does explode. Here, I also pick up a second kill. I do not get the second EQ. I do die. The Sunu is doing a lot of damage. Albino does pick up the kill on Jacob and the shutdown. It's a 5-kill shutdown there. That was not worth nearly enough gold, in my opinion. Wrecked is just being annoying to my teammates. Let's go! Kill steal! Whoa! Oh, I was going to kill steal because he wouldn't have died. But I did yoink that. Yoinky sploinky. Wrecked and Jacob just doing the dragon casually. And I'm here to protect my top laner as best I can. I do not do a good job. He dies. Albino. I'm going to spoil something here. This is Albino's last death of the game here. Can you imagine that? I told you guys earlier that this game had like almost 100 kills in it. And when I tell you that Albino only has 2 deaths by the end of this game, and he has them both right now at minute 13, is criminal. Criminal activity. But it's okay. You know, like, I support him and his endeavors to try and be reckless in mid lane. No flame to reckless, but you cannot be dying 0 times on Braum. Like, and 0 assists. Like, you cannot be 0-0-0 at the end of a pro League of Legends game as Braum. That just, it seems illegal. You didn't, like, play Braum enough. Like, you did not tell your friends to stand behind me nearly enough. I EQ here, try to get onto Oral, who is only 1 level below me, and I think that's pretty racist, I'll be honest. The wall does stop Jacob as I catch Oral here out on a rotate. And I go forward. I get eaten instead of my AD carry, which is maybe a silly decision. Rekt flashes forward and picks up a kill onto me, and that went basically as terribly as it could have. Ryan is now here. Is going to interrupt the absolute 0. Is going to not die to the ignite tick. Is going to get run down by Rekt, I think, maybe. He is going to die to the Meeps on the back end there. But I do pick up another kill. 6 and 5. Very nice for me. Dogmarine is going to go in for his tower kill there, and he is going to flash forward to attempt to get his 2nd kill of the game, but is going to be instead his 8th death. You know, it's kind of sad that we couldn't win this game because it felt like low-key. Like, I'm not discrediting them because they did do things, but like it kind of felt like a 3v5. And it's very nice Devour interrupt from Oral, from Colin onto Oral. That's me a 7th kill of the game. At this point, I'm like, wow, guys, this game might be winnable. I can one-shot Twitch. Does he know? Kappa. Rekt is going to get his fate sealed, but he is going to temper fate at the same time, and the absolute 0 is going to pick up lethal onto it as Jacob just doesn't have anywhere to go, and Albino gets a nice kill up on this top side and gives Dogmarine his 9th death of the game. Jacob is here. I EQ R on top of his face, and I run away. Very nice. Albino just getting a casual tier 2 up in this top lane. As it is going to become 2 dragons to 0 in favor of the CP. What is my jungler doing? A great question. Building Bastion Breaker is the answer. And I almost EQ forward there, but I elect to not because I am a little silly, but I'm not that silly. As I get one shot anyways, it was great. But Oral does die, so you know, 2 for 1, 2 for 2, because Colin does die, and then Wade also does die. That was not part of the plan. It was a good play until it wasn't. Ryan is here on the side though, and he gets the bot tier 2. You know, like, we're doing pretty good. Like, we're only down like 700 gold. You'd think it'd be a lot more with a 12 kill Twitch and an 8 kill Nudu on the board. But that's not the case. And then we have Voltaic Cyclist Sword in my 80 carry inventory on a champion with no dashes. Woody, you know I love you, man. But I'm being run down by a shopkeeper. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if it's betrayal or denial, or I don't know what it is, but it's not a good feeling, is my point. As we get a pretty decent engage here, and we don't end up killing, nope, we only end up killing 1 person, and I made that 2. KTL is a full 3 items. Albino does try to catch him with the wall a little off guard. Dogbrain just going to attempt to proxy the wave. Does pick up a kill onto Witty, or not. I lied. I have 17 of 26 KP. Good job, me. KTL has 25 of 32. It's pretty disgusting. And that's the highest of anybody. Woody is going to get opened up on. The Devour is going to be used once again to save his life. Guys, I'm sorry. I keep, like, dodging out of frame. I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. I almost took that portal for a little bit of fun. Ryan misses everything, still kills Twitch. That was funny. Nice little phase rush gaming there from Albino. My Anivia is up like 112 farm on enemy laner. And I am, by 112, I mean 212. Rect does not win this smite fight, and I just ult him to execute his ass. Yippee. Like, I don't know, like, he's got, like, a lot of KP and stuff, but, like, I swear, like, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, yeah, I should have way more gold than Rect, and I don't. Twitch is going to get devoured up with no friends around from Colin's side. We had literally one other person there. KTL dies. He doesn't. I flash away, and I don't live in the end, funnily enough. I think about it. I start channeling my recall. And then Rex literally goes on my face, no ward. I was so mad. My albino is building quadruple mana item, and I hate it. Fun fact. I wish he did literally any damage, and he doesn't. I mean, like, he does, but, like, he does. You know what I mean? He looked it up and was like, wow, this is the highest win rate. And I'm like, bet. And then I watched it in action, and I was like, wow, I never want to see this again. Because it takes you 10 years to stack your tier items. Because you have to do them each one by one. So that sucked. We're only down 900 gold on the state of the game. In total, like team-wide. Doesn't feel like it. But I do have a 10 kill Yone, you know, which is, like, nice. Dogbrain almost gets one shot, but, you know, Kale ult exists, and KTL's there to help out. As we do get Jacob's flash. The Tempered Fate is going to go not onto our team. Albano's level 18 already. It's 26 minutes. It's pretty nice. Very, very nice game. Here I come to attempt to save the day. I lock Oral in a cage. He locks Colin in a cage. And we all run away. Was that worth it for us in the end? Probably not. I probably should have ignored the 5 and 9 Camille. As Ryan does something I don't want to see again. TLDR. As Jacob Tokyo drifts his way into the enemy team, Colin dives forward. I leak you away, but I die to a latent auto attack. KTL does get hit by the Frostbite is her E. Crystalline, something? No, that's all Skarner skills. Yeah, I'm washed, guys. Wickedy washed. Oral cleaning the rift. Fate sealed away from Ryan. Devour used on cooldown. As to be expected, Ryan almost just gets 100 to 0'd in the duration of the Bard Q. card dies, I take the shutdown. Nice gold. Nice game. We did know they were there. We lock Oral in a cage. Nice game. Guys, I'm one death away from the triple double. It's lit. And I take another kill. Yoink. Now they attempt to start Baron with just 2 people. Albino is able to nimbly dodge. We get a 1100 gold shutdown onto my Anivia. Yay! And we can take the Baron. Why Mayone doesn't help us? That's a great question. Was that smite really close for comfort? But I won, so what does it matter? You know, and at this point of the game, I was like, wow, my Anivia is so strong. She has 4 completed items, on her way to her 5th. There's no way we can lose this now. They've trolled. It doesn't matter they have a 20 kill Twitch. Well, I don't think anything good happens for the rest of the game, basically. For some reason, we just were not able to utilize this Baron, and I don't really know why. Did I int? I'm trying to remember. Did I int? Is that why we couldn't use Baron? It's probably because I inted. Oral goes just balls the wall on top of Mighty Carry. I one-shot the Kale. And Twitch is still alive, but he's half HP. Mayone is on the chase. We do, in fact, have the longest range champion in the lobby, and we can't siege. Can we? Or we are? Well, we do. We get mid-tier 2. We get mid-tier 3, and then we run. Rect walks into Albino and Witty, stuns them both, just walks away. Ride tries to get cheeky with the E. Oral flying in on top of my 80 carry. I'm here on the bottom of this fight, trying to find space to go in. Jacob gets chunked pretty low. I do execute him. I have my stopwatch component. As we attempt to go in, we do pick up the kill onto Oral, but the KTL and Dogbrain are still alive. Ryan tries to go in. Oral Zanya's is it. Or Oral. KTL Zanya's it instead of us just doing the dragon. And now it's just Albino versus the world. And they have Chemtexel. I have a triple double. It's great. I'm loving life. They've destroyed 2 inhibitors of ours. The gold is negligible at this point. It is 100 gold difference currently. My Ryan is ulting after a support Camille. No gold separating these 2 teams. Colin does dive in. And it's a 2 for 2. Support and jungler for support and jungler. Well, which trio of 3 do you trust more right now? The 23 kill Twitch with the Zanyas, or the full build 8 kill Anivia? Unfortunately, there is a correct answer to this statement. KTL's ultimate is back off of cooldown. Feels like it accomplished just as much as the previous time he casted it. (49 to 43 in kills). We are 8 away from the patented 100 kill game. As this dragon is going down lower and lower and lower, and I'm not able to steal it away. My Ryan has maybe the worst sequence of events in this entire game. And he's dead. And so now it is a 3v5 in our base with 2 inhibitors already down, with them having Baron. Can we win? My 80 carry has 4 items. My Anivia has 5 items and upgraded boots. What can she do? My Colin already has to use the Devour. Tempered Fate comes in. Oral goes in super, super deep. My Tom Kench is dead. Woody gets flashed on. Albino is not able to hold the line well enough. I will go back and listen to the cast later, but I just do not have the time at this exact moment. Holy shit, it's 2:27. I almost got to go to work. Okay, I'm going to pull up the results of the other games that were I do not have the ability to rewatch. So here it is. The other game that SBS played this week versus the Tide Weavers. Witty and an albino masterclass here. If we are certified back score and enjoyer, I don't remember this game super well, but just like it just was not a great game from the Tide Callers. We watched this. So it's this one. And then we have this game between Stroh's E-Daters and the again the Sunbear squad. Just 20 death bot lane, 10 death top lane. Sky Camille legacy game, 17 kill Slayer Kaisa legacy game. Stroh on Zinzao. And the game is over. But that is the best of 1 phase of Water Invitational, all wrapped up in a nice little bow. And for everybody, here is the final standings of the tournament. It is FCP and Stroh's E-Daters with a automatic playoff bye into the best of 5 stage of the tournament. And then we have Sunbear Squad and Tide Weavers, with Sunbear Squad having the tiebreaker over the Tide Weavers for the 3rd seed. Then we have Herberus with the tiebreakers over the Wizards of the Coast for the 5 seed. And we are saying goodbye to Cancun on 3 in the end. Because they have 5 of their matches. They did go 1-0. So Cancun on 3 realistically are Water Invitational Season 3 champions, is what I'm saying. But with that being said, there will be, hopefully, I was going to do a video, but I didn't realize how late I'd gone. It's probably going to be a written piece I'm going to do really quickly at work on my break, and about my power rankings and my predictions going into the best of 3 phase. The best of 3 phase is tonight. When this video goes live, it should be that same night. We have Sunbear Squad versus Wizards of the Coast, and we have the Tide Weavers versus Herberus. 2 great best of 3 matches, I'm sure we'll see, and we will be reviewing them just like we've been reviewing every single other series so far. With that being said, I gotta peace out because I have work in 30 minutes and I need to start driving there. Thank you for all for watching. Sorry that this one was a little bit lower production than usual. I will try to do better. #BlameWater. Have a good one.